So I've just picked up the infamous Robbie Regan. Now, if you don't know who Robbie Regan is, he was a professional boxer, professional Welsh boxer from many, many moons ago. And he got in the car, he'd just been to a wake, he's a bit worse for wear, which is fine. And he was talking to me, he said, just asking where I'm from, you know, the usual stuff, busy tonight, time you finish, you know. And then he just sort of was talking about a few other things. He was telling me that somebody at this wake was, I'm sure he said either fighting or biting, either way, you don't do that sort of stuff at a wake. And then he was saying, oh, so have you heard of the boxer Robbie Regan? And I was like, well, yeah, of course I have. And I said, that's you. And he was like, how do you know that? I said, I've seen you before. He said, I've picked you up before when I worked for a different taxi company. He said, I've seen you on TV doing an audience with yourself. You've been like talking about your career and all that sort of stuff. And he was probably taken aback. He's like, you're probably 20 years younger than me and you know who I am. I was like, yeah, I've seen your video. I've seen matches of fights of yours on YouTube. I said, they're brilliant, like. And he was just, you could just tell how made up he was, the fact that I recognised him. And that he was like, because obviously youngsters today, they don't know who he is unless they talk about him in school, or unless you see his belts and stuff in museums, or you know, his memorabilia, or you know. But you could just tell he was proper made up. Shook my hand, give me a tip. No word of a lie for a boxer. I haven't shaken many boxers' hands. He's got the softest hands for a man I've ever shaken hands with in my life. His hands were like super duper 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 soft. Honestly, I couldn't get over it. But it was nice to meet him, and he won't remember it in the morning now. He won't. He was absolutely leathered, but he was just proper taken aback, and I'm just glad I made him feel, because he is. He's you know, he was a great Welsh boxer back in the day. Like, I don't know his stats per se, like, but I know who he is. I've heard of him over the years, like.